Brexit has been dubbed AF up in a Dutch newspaper after they featured an outrageous cartoon of Boris Johnson. A newspaper circulated in the Netherlands mocked Prime Minister Boris Johnson for his leadership during the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the European Union. The cartoon image branded the withdrawal as AF up in a caption alongside an image of Boris, whose face is hidden beneath a mass of hair. The current Prime Minister is drawn in the distinctive style of Winston Churchill's appearance, complete with a portly frame, a bow tie, a pocket, handkerchief and chain, but with Boris' face obscured by his recognizably messy blonde locks. The message reads, "Never in the field of human conflict was so fed up for so many by so few." NRC. The publication responsible for the image featured the criticism which riffs off a 1940 speech made by Churchill. During the summer of 1940, the former Prime Minister referred to efforts made by the fighter pilots and bomber crews to establish air superiority over England during the Battle of Britain by saying, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." The image was created by Dutch political cartoonist Ruben L. Oppenheimer, who according to his Twitter bio is not afraid to make collateral insults. He circulated the image to 31.7k followers in 2019 using a series of hashtags, including one that branded the Prime Minister as a dictator. The satirical comic was met with praise on the cartoonist's social media at the time. User @Mabalel2 said the artwork was brilliant. Unfortunately, also correct, a sentiment echoed by @Scarlett, who said this is funny but very true. While @Fiona FAB simply responded using 3 clapping hands emojis. And @Judge deemed the image sublime. However, a more recent tweet of the image shared this week was met with a more varied response. One user @ChrisBarlow echoed the sentiment of the comic's original response, saying, "I have always liked the Dutch for their open-minded attitude. Why can they see the truth, and so many here cannot?" A sentiment echoed by user @Stephen Keenan, who agreed by saying, "Always admired the Dutch for their direct communication style." Further praise came from user @Fmaxkasi, who branded the comic as genius, while @Albert Schrem claimed the image was rightly pointing at Boris Johnson, but also questioned the Dutch's leadership, specifically in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, user @Bronia Sawyer spoke with reason, stating, "I like the sentiment. But actually the Conservative government has been voted in by a lot of people and they are all in part the reason that this government is in power, so must take some responsibility on how that impacts us all. A vote is an action and there are consequences." While user @Mlabus5 slammed the cartoon and praised the government's leadership on making Brexit happen. They said, "May suggest a lot about the Dutch mingling with a powerful neighbor with powerful intentions on a worldly scale. Thank goodness we are out of the vile EU with our powerful Brexit message. Keep up with the great work, Mr. Johnson." While a further user @Maza Shad dubbed the criticism as a form of envy. They said, "Ha ha, who cares what the Dutch think? The pettiness coming from across the channel is just envy."